everybody, welcome back. As I told you last week, today will be the first video of a short series called 9.5 Licks, and it will cover the 9 songs from my solo album Power Over Fantastic, and then at the end of the series I'll add the half of it, which will be something from my previous record as well. So the idea is to take all these songs and use them to explain a few concepts. Okay, so that will be pretty cool, especially for those of you who have the record. By the way, those who won last week's contest for the record, I already sent out the digital copies of it, so I hope you got them. And those who wanted the physical record, it will be mailed out to you this week. Alright, I'm just waiting for all the addresses so that I can only go once to the post office and do it. Okay, so that's it. Please double check your shipping address. You know, we don't want somebody else to get the CD. So, okay, so today's song is Power Over Fantastic, which is the first one on the record. And I was thinking of doing just one thing, but we'll look at 2 things, which are kind of related. The idea is to start with a very simple progression, and then create movement in the progression by using different versions of the same chord. Okay, so before we look at the more complex chords, let's look at the intro, which is very, very simple. It goes something like this. Okay, let me raise the volume just a bit. There you go. And so you can see that I'm not doing much. The reason there's a lot of movement in it and a lot of tension and release is that I'm just using the basic chord, which is really just a C chord, and moving around the notes that make the chord click, right? So I'm using a C fifth, but then I keep moving between that, a fourth, and a minor sixth. These are the notes. So when you put them together, you go fourth, fifth, sixth, right? And so I don't want to jump up and down the fret, but I don't want to do this. No, wait, what is it? Yeah. See, that doesn't work because I'm moving all the notes, so I'm not creating any tension. What I want is to keep one note fixed and then use the other notes to create push and pull and that kind of idea. Right, so then you just apply it to the basic chords. This progression is C, B flat, F, very simple. But instead of doing C like that, I play with these extensions. Okay, so I go. Now I go to B flat and simply alternate between the 4th version, which is just a note and its 4th, and the 5th. All right, so it's very simple, and you can do it, you know, with all kinds of different intervals. Actually, I have a song on the new record that will use this extensively, and I just don't want to give it away yet. So, you know, work with these first. Let me show it to you from close up. The second part of this video will deal with more, normal chords that you're probably used to hearing. So again, this progression is very simple. It goes from C to B flat, C minor, B flat major, and F. All right, very simple. So instead of doing this, which is a bit boring if you ask me, what I use is a bunch of chords that create kind of, intertwining melodies within the chords. So I think this song goes like this. It goes like a C suspended, and then you move to a minor 7th suspended 4th. Then I'm going to a B suspended, and then when I go to F, instead of playing the regular F, what I do is this, which is a normal F, and then I go to the minor 7th. Alright, so together it sounds like this. very simple stuff, and actually when you play rock and roll or hard rock, that's what I do, you don't want to stray too far away from the basic you know, push of this kind of music. It's rooted in the blues. You know, so there is something to say about having very simple rhythms and very simple progressions. Not all the time, you know, but some songs at least, you want to keep that thing going where it's immediately recognizable by people. But at the same time, you don't want to fall into, you know, the very basic stuff, because that will take, you know, that will get boring. And so it's always a fine line between, you know, groovy things and at the same time being creative with the kind of progression you use and how you make it sound more complete, not complex, but you know, complete than it is. Right. So this is just a few ideas. Explore with anything. I mean, I'm using C, B flat, and F, so you can probably do it with anything. Just, you know, start with a simple progression and start thinking, well, what if I put this note in and this other note? And if you know a lot of chords, you'll be able to actually name these chords that you come up with. Otherwise, you can just play by ear and see where it works. All right. So that was the first episode, and we'll be back next week for the second one. See you later.